So creating a custom function, let's review. When we define a function, we're going to use the def keyword for define. This is for creating the function, right? We give it a function name. If it takes parameters, in other words, if we're giving it input, then we put the parameters in the parentheses. If not, we still include the parentheses. Those are not optional. They're not optional when you call the function or when you define the function. Always include the parentheses, always include the colon, and then obviously whatever code is inside that function or part of that function is all indented in one block, just like we've been doing with if, just like we've been doing with loops. And then when we call the function, there is no colon. When we call the function, we just give it the function name and the arguments, just like we do with print, just like we do with type, just like we do with input. When you're calling a function, use the function name, and even if there's no arguments, you use a parentheses. So an example of that would be this. Very simple function. This is just a do something function. Now remember, functions can do something, they can return something, or they can both do something and return something. So those are the kind of categories of different functions. This is a very simple do something function where we call it do welcome. So we have the define keyword, we have the name of the function, empty parentheses, and a colon. And then we have the code, which is just to print out a very simple welcome message. And then down below here, we're calling that function. So if I take this, we need to indent that. So this is my code here. I've defined the function as these 5 lines of code. And then when I call the function, it will give me that result. So when I call that function, it will do that for me. Now the nice thing is, now that function is defined, I can use it as many times as I want. I can repeat that. That becomes a command in my program that I can then use. Okay.